Have you ever felt like there's more to life than what you've been told? Like there's some deeper purpose or hidden truth that no one's talking about? Well, you're absolutely right. Life is more than just survival. It's more than just working, eating, and going through the motions. And here's the real secret: they don't want you to know who you really are. You're a creator, a divine being, experiencing life through a human body. And today we're going to break down exactly why you've forgotten this truth and how you can reclaim your divine power. Here's the challenge. From the moment you were born, society has been shaping your beliefs about yourself. You've been told that you're just a human, just a small part of a big, complex world. Whether it's from school, media, or even your family, the message has always been the same. You need to fit into the system, follow the rules, and stay in line. But here's what they don't tell you. This system is designed to keep you disconnected from the truth of your divine nature. You might be feeling this sense of disconnection right now. Maybe you've gone through moments of doubt, anxiety, or even feeling lost. Maybe you've wondered, why do I feel like I'm not living up to my potential? Why does life feel so limited, like there's something more, but I can't quite grasp it? This is where the lie begins. It's not that you're incomplete. It's that you've forgotten the most important truth. You are a God, and this life is your creation. Let's break this down. We live in a world that thrives on control of your mind, your actions, and even your beliefs. From the moment you enter this world, you're conditioned to believe that you are limited, that you're just a tiny speck in an overwhelming universe. Think about how we're taught to look up to authority figures, whether it's parents, teachers, bosses, or political leaders, and view them as the ones who hold power over our lives. We're made to feel like our fate is in someone else's hands, and that we must rely on external forces to succeed or even to survive. This illusion of powerlessness is carefully constructed. It's designed to keep you from realizing your full potential. The world doesn't want you to wake up and recognize that you have the same creative power as the divine. Why? Because if you understood that, you'd stop playing by the rules of a system that's built on fear and control. You'd start creating your own reality, and that would shake the very foundation of society as we know it. Ask yourself, how many times have you heard phrases like, "That's just how life is," or "You can't always get what you want"? These are limiting beliefs that are planted in your mind to keep you from discovering your true power. The truth is, life doesn't just happen to you. You create it. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold is shaping your reality in ways you can't even imagine. But here's the problem. Most people don't know this, so they end up creating their lives unconsciously, based on fear, lack, and limitation. Now let's dive into what spirituality has been telling us for centuries. Most major spiritual traditions have hinted at the truth, but often it's been buried under layers of dogma and misinterpretation. In Christianity, for example, we're told that humans are created in the image of God. But what does that really mean? It means that the same creative power that exists within God exists within you. You are not just a reflection of God. You are God, having a human experience. Look at the teachings of Jesus. He didn't just preach love and forgiveness. He performed miracles. He turned water into wine, healed the sick, walked on water. These were not just acts of divine intervention. They were demonstrations of the power that exists within all of us. Jesus himself said, "The works I do, you will do also, and even greater works than these." He wasn't just talking about performing miracles. It was talking about the power of creation that resides in each of us. In the Eastern traditions, such as Hinduism and Buddhism, there's also a recognition of this divine nature. The concept of Atman in Hinduism, for instance, teaches that the individual soul is not separate from the universal spirit or Brahman. This is the same idea. You are not separate from the divine, you are a part of it. The only reason you experience suffering or limitation is because you've forgotten this truth. Even the ancient philosophers and mystics knew this. The concept of as above, so below from the Hermetic teachings speaks to the idea that what exists in the heavens, the divine realm, also exists within us. The power of creation, the ability to shape reality, is not something that only exists outside of us. It's something that exists within each of us. So if we're divine beings, why are we here in the first place? Why do we choose to go through the pain, struggle, and confusion of the human experience? The answer lies in the nature of creation itself. As divine beings, we exist in a state of infinite potential. But potential by itself is static. Creation happens when potential is expressed. Imagine a painter who has the ability to create the most beautiful masterpiece, but never picks up a brush. The potential for beauty exists, But without the act of creation, it remains unmanifested. This is why we, as divine beings, choose to experience life in human form. We are here to create, to experience, and to grow. The human experience is not a punishment. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you've chosen, something your soul has decided to go through for its own growth and evolution. Every challenge you face, every emotion you feel, every triumph and every failure, it's all part of the experience. It's all part of the process of creation. But here's the twist. The reason it feels so real, so intense, is because you've forgotten that you're the one creating it. It's like being in a dream and not realizing you're dreaming. You get caught up in the emotions, the drama, the highs and the lows. But once you wake up, once you remember who you really are, you realize that none of it had the power to control you. You were the one creating it all along. Let's go even deeper. Your mind is not just a tool for thinking. It's a creative force. Every thought you think sends out a vibration into the universe, and the universe responds to that vibration. It's like a radio signal. The thoughts you hold in your mind are the frequency you're broadcasting, and the universe is constantly matching that frequency with your external reality. This is why it's so important to become conscious of your thoughts and emotions. Most people go through life reacting to whatever happens around them, without realizing that their thoughts and emotions are creating their reality. If you constantly think thoughts of fear, lack, and limitation, that's what you'll experience in your life. But when you start to think thoughts of love, abundance, and possibility, the universe responds in kind. But it's not just your thoughts. It's also your emotions. Emotions are the fuel that powers your thoughts. When you think a thought and feel a strong emotion about it, you're amplifying that vibration, making it even more powerful. This is why people who live in fear often attract more fear-based situations into their lives. Their emotions are amplifying their thoughts, creating a cycle of fear and limitation. But here's the good news. Once you become aware of this process, you can change it. You can start to consciously choose your thoughts and emotions. You can start to align yourself with the vibration of love, abundance, and joy. And when you do, the universe will respond in ways that you can't even imagine. So how do you wake up to your true nature? How do you remember that you are a God having a human experience? The first step is to become aware of the illusion. Recognize that the story you've been told about who you are is just that, a story. It's not the truth. The truth is that you are a powerful, divine being, capable of creating anything you desire. The next step is to start living from that truth. This means becoming conscious of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. It means taking responsibility for your reality, recognizing that everything in your life is a reflection of your inner state. When you start to live from this place of power, rather than victimhood, everything changes. But it's not always easy. The world is constantly trying to pull you back into the illusion. It's constantly trying to make you forget who you are. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people and information that support your growth and remind you of your true nature. Meditation, prayer, and spiritual practice are also powerful tools for waking up to your divine nature. These practices help you quiet the noise of the outside world and reconnect with the truth of who you are. They allow you to tap into the divine source within you. And from that place, you can begin to create your reality consciously. Here's the breakthrough moment. You've been living under the illusion that you're just human. You've been conditioned to believe that you're small, limited, and powerless. But that's not the truth. The truth is that you are a God having a human experience. You are not separate from the divine, you are the divine. And once you fully accept this truth, everything changes. You stop seeing life as something that happens to you and start seeing it as something that happens through you. You stop feeling like a victim of circumstances and start realizing that you're the creator of your reality. Every thought, every emotion, every action is shaping your life. When you embrace this truth, you unlock a level of power and freedom that most people never experience. You realize that you are not bound by the limitations of the human experience. You are a divine being, capable of creating miracles in your own life. And that's when life becomes truly extraordinary. So what does all of this mean for you? It means that you are not just a human being trying to get through life. You are a God having a human experience. You are a powerful creator, and you have the ability to shape your reality in ways you've never imagined. The challenges you face are not there to break you. They're there to help you grow. And once you remember who you really are, you'll start to see life differently. You'll start to see that everything is connected. You'll start to see that you are not separate from the divine. You are the divine. And with that understanding, You'll begin to live from a place of power, love, and freedom. You'll stop looking for answers outside of yourself and realize that the truth has been within you all along. Life is not happening to you. It's happening through you. And the moment you wake up to this truth is the moment your entire reality shifts. You are a God having a human experience, and it's time to start living like it.